of our congregation, and I say that God has been moving in her life in these recent years, and maybe as a result of some difficult circumstances, as much as just as any mountaintop experiences. Joan, you want to introduce yourself to the folks here?
Good morning. My name is Joan DeHeus. I grew up a farm girl in a very small town of Hampton, Nebraska. I've been coming here for about 8 or 9 years. I have 3 children, a son aged 26 and 2 daughters, 21 and 24. And I have the most adorable, loving, stubborn dog ever, named Sarge.
So just come up a couple of times in this little conversation we've had today. Well, let's talk about your faith. I've seen your faith really growing. But where did it all get started? Tell us about the beginnings.
My family attended church and Sunday school regularly. I grew up in a very small parochial school of 4 in my class. We moved here in 1985. Life was good. I had a beautiful home, car, great job. Everybody was healthy. I knew God, but I didn't know it.
And what changed, and how did God show himself to you, or how did you experience God?
In my second marriage, my husband Keith was diagnosed with cancer in 2004. We did the surgical treatments, the radiation treatments, but we were told at that time that it would metastasize somewhere. So in 2006, he started the battle of bone cancer. And at the same time, my daughter battled her life with bulimia and anorexia. She spent most of her 8th grade year at the University of Iowa. So we needed help. We thought we were in control, and we weren't. So what I normally do is I look at the back of the Bible, look for verses for strength, for hope. So that kind of started me back getting to know God. And then you came to visit us and told us in 2009, when we were told that he was terminally ill, he was getting ready to die, we needed more. We needed just the reassurance that through Jesus Christ and his grace and his love and strength. So you told me to read the Gospels to him. So every night I would read the Bible, just the words in red.
Just Jesus' words?
Just Jesus' word. Didn't read anything else but that. But I was so blessed and amazed at the transformation of peace that came to God, to Keith as he got to know Jesus and the forgiveness and grace and the power of love.
And one of the really cool things is that Keith came to profess Jesus as Lord and Savior before he died. What a beautiful thing that was to be part of this.
And like everybody else, I want to sign. Is he going there? So that Friday before he passed away, you had come to pray with the family, and Keith hadn't moved or spoke or swallowed for about 48 hours. And you walked into the room and he greeted you. He actually sat up and shook your hand. So at that moment, we made eye contact, and I was like, wow, I'm okay. He knows where he's going.
It's an assurance. Your spiritual life, you shared a little bit on Facebook. You take some pictures and tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, unlike you, I believe in a smartphone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is my camera where all of these pictures came from.
Yeah.
This is one of my ways that I spend quiet time with God. You are in his word, you pray, you study, but you need to learn to listen. Communication is a very, very important part of your relationships. And it's that way with God. So when I'm in nature and I'm in awe of his beauty, it brings me peace and strength to know that he surrounds me daily.
And I love it how you share the scriptures with those on Facebook as well to give them context for that. You're involved here with some cool things. We'll share a little bit about what God's doing now.
Yeah, I attended the Alpha group. I'm part of a small group right now studying the story. It's amazing when you get a group of people together. The power of prayer, studying, interaction. It's amazing to see what God does through other people and speaks through other people. I'm also part of the action team applying Christ's teachings in our neighborhoods. It's good to be in the Word, but when you listen to what God is saying, we are all blessed with the gift of sharing. And you need to use that gift to show God's love, compassion to others. So that's what the action team is getting out to our neighborhoods, not just in the surrounding areas, but everywhere that we can to show God's love.
Well, let's dive a little bow on this, and just before we close, Elijah, and I was telling you this last service, it didn't dawn on me until after the first service that
You're a little slow.
I am a little slow. All right, leave the funny stuff to me, okay?
Don't give me a microphone then.
Okay, but we were talking about, you are a widow, you're alone, and Elijah ministered to widows, and God showed up. And like Elijah, you're alone. And how does that resonate with you? What do you see similarities between yourself and Elijah?
Well, it doesn't matter if you're a widow, divorced, or haven't started a relationship. Being alone can be very depressing and isolating. And I battle with that. I continue to battle with that daily. But like Elijah, God is ever present in my life. He speaks to me through the Bible, through others. And it's just amazing, the gift, the love letter that Jesus has written to us in the scriptures of forgiveness, grace, compassion. It carries me through daily.
Thank you for sharing with us about that still small voice in your life. Would you say thank you to Joan for being here?